Deshaun Watson gets out of a sack and throws a 12-yard pass to freaking Njoku after getting out of a safety.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson had a rough week. Anyway, welcome to the halfway point of the season. It's hard to believe with a very special guest list today with the Commissioner's Corner. In my looking at my screen in my lower left, we have a first-time visitor to the corner, the Spicy Tomato Gang owner, the one and only Evan. Say
What's
hello,
going
Evan.
on? How we doing?
We're good. I'm happy to have you join. Welcome, welcome. Some new blood. And we got the Bradshaw boys in my upper left, undisputed, Ethan Bradshaw. And
Yeah.
Jason is hiding his face. I don't know, out of shame or courtesy for the rest of us. Jason Bradshaw, out of control over there. All right, welcome, fellas. Let me start sharing.
Crazy week, huh?
Yeah, it's been, and I'm gonna get into this. I'm just gonna have another bitch fest today. This is what I do, just because I don't know why. It's all right. All right. So I don't know if you watched any, but it always defaults to my team. So let's just get it. I'm actually upset that Chio's not here because we try to reverse jinx each other every time we play. So he texted me and said, "Oh, you got this." And as soon as he said it, Josh Allen went nuts. So I guess I made the trade. And again, I made a trade with Steve. I swear I would never make another trade. Made a trade with Steve. And again, at least initially didn't look like it worked out. So Jaden Daniels got hurt. Bijan did good. When I had Javante give me 26 on Thursday night, I was feeling strong. Marvin Harrison, I don't understand. They don't seem to want to throw him the ball. Malik Neighbors, the Giants was a mess. If you guys watched that game, it was just one sack after the other. Noah Brown, because I thought I was going to do it with the Cosmo.
We did watch that game, Arnold. And you're
Yeah.
right. There was one sack after another.
Oh yeah, guess who
It
had the
was
Philly
like-
defense? Guess who had the Philly defense?
Oh my God. And then Mike, in typical fashion, for some reason, everybody wants to play me. I mean, Josh Allen, I can understand, but Mike Andrews has one touchdown all year. He has two against me. Coleman has the career game. Even Ladd got involved. Higgins had a nice game. Everybody did well. Anyway, I'm a little bitter, and I get to play a tough Spicy next week. We'll get into next week matchups. But Evan, I'm going to throw it to you as for this matchup. I don't know if you've given it any thought. Um, any sympathy from me is really what I'm looking for here.
If you're looking for sympathy, you're not going to get it from me. I've had a year where I think people have averaged like 135 against me or something. So yeah, zero sympathy on my end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Ethan. How about you? Any comments? How about sympathy? We won't look for sympathy. Any comments? What happened here?
Brian, run game's gonna be leaned on a lot if James Daniels is gone. So I mean, they're the plus, I guess.
Who are they going to lean on? Brian Robinson?
Brian Robinson, yeah.
I don't have Brian. I have Bijan.
Oh, I mean, Bijan looking up, Javante's looking up, but I mean that's one game for Javante. Granted, I thought you were gonna win after I saw you put up 26.
So did I. And then, of course, I had a last minute Cooper Cup. And just to continue on my team, rumor has it that they're trying to trade him. Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully,
Hopefully they
Kansas
do.
City. Hopefully, Kansas City gets him.
Hopefully Pittsburgh.
Oh, that would be no good. Even though Russ was cooking a little bit. Jason, I know you've been dying. I know you were asking how my week went. So go ahead and give it to me.
Well, I mean, your team's ups and downs, right? Like you'll put up 150 and then turn around and put up under 100.
I haven't put up under 100 yet this year.
Well,
so
I mean, 103. I mean, we're pretty much,
Well, that's what my quarterback.
I mean,
hurt.
honestly, if you think you're going to win with 103 points, I would say no. You're like the third or fourth highest scorer in the league right now.
Yes.
Right? That's probably right. I mean, Ray's probably number one. And then I'm sure someone's above you.
You know you're above me. Don't even
Of
stop
course
it.
I do.
Just
Of
stop
course I
it.
do.
Hey,
I
I
put up
think I'm above him
74
too.
points in week 1. I lost to
We're
Jody.
gonna get to the standings later. Let's just focus on the match.
I put up 74 points in week 1, and I'm down by 19. Of course, I know what the scores are and what they are.
And of course, Mike had
My
his
team's the best team in the league. Why don't you just
Stop it.
say it?
Stop it. We're gonna get to your team. We're gonna get
Ayuk's
to your
been crap all year. It's not
He's
really
gone.
it.
He's
So,
gone. He's
but the
and yeah,
gone.
bottom line
your
is,
team
like,
took a
Arnold,
little
you
bit.
can't have the ups and downs. Like, I thought I was going to be in the ups and downs too, but I
Yeah,
haven't put
but you
up
got the
under
best
120
matchup.
points
What are you
since week
talking about?
1.
You probably have the best
All
point
right,
differential.
let's all focus on the matchups here. We're
Here's
gonna
what
get
I'll
to
here's what I'll say. I'll say that you did get some tough luck. Obviously, Daniel's going down. You lose at least another 20 points there, right? And you have
Mariota put up 23.
right.
I think that's overrated. 20 points is overrated.
Well,
Well, in this
Mariota
matchup, it
put
would have
up
made the difference.
23. Mariota put up 23 in his absence.
And then you had Mark Andrews, who hadn't scored 20 points in the last like 6 weeks combined. So I
The
mean,
last 6 years. Let's not fool ourselves.
yeah. So it was a tough luck, tough draw. But again, no sympathy whatsoever
No,
from
I
me.
don't expect it. You know,
I love it
when
when
I
a 1
beat
in 5
everybody's
team
ass, I don't want to
I
hear it.
love it when a 1 in 5 team wins.
It's beautiful.
I thought
Yeah.
Jody was going to take down Ray, by the way, as
Yeah,
well.
we had 2
We'll
ties
get
this
to that
week.
one.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that one. It's been a very okay. The next matchup is Mutters versus Evan. So this is what I mean. Evan wins with 79. I mean, you deserve it. In all fairness, this is the universe giving you a little love. Let me set up this matchup. I mean, looking at the punching Mutters, Mahomes has just been. I mean, he really is a much better actual quarterback than a fantasy quarterback. Dobbins came back to earth. Brian Robinson, they really didn't need him. He could have put up a little bit more. Kamara was just a shell of himself. Actually, they extended Kamara, which was a surprise.
2 years.
Apparently, New Orleans is like 82 million over the cap, and their roster is atrocious. I
They
don't
said,
even
bring it
understand.
on.
They said, let me give more. Eckler, Devontae Smith, 1 reception, -1. Kelsey, only 5. Harrison Buckner, the Commanders. And Evan, I mean, you've had some hard luck. I know you're missing Collins. I know you had Lamb on the bench, and I mean on bye week. Deontay, I think the rumor has it they might. You think they're going to trade him back to Pittsburgh? We're going to get to you with these. I think I trade him back to Pittsburgh. That would be funny. Rumor has it they want to trade him. Connor's very nice. Murray's very nice. Mooney underperformed. Witten gave you a goose egg, but it was enough. So Evan, I'm going to throw it to you. How do we
Yep.
feel?
I feel better than I did last week. That's for sure. I'll be honest. I won this on a fluke 30-yard touchdown run by Kyler Murray. I was actually losing going into the fourth quarter of that Arizona game.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, I was
44. So that's 10 points.
I was
Yeah.
down, yeah, and so that run put me over the top. I'll say this, and I'm gonna vent for a minute. So if you're watching the recording, just go ahead and fast forward like 5 minutes. So you got Whittington there, right? He was
Yes.
told that he was gonna play before the game. He played, but he didn't play like more than 4 snaps. That was crazy.
Oh, it was like that
Imagine.
Bijan incident last year, right? When he was like he
Yep.
was healthy, but he wasn't healthy.
Right, and then you had Deontay Johnson, where their team was getting blowed out, and he catches 1 ball for 12 yards or whatever it is, and it's kind of crazy how the reporting has gone this year for injuries because it's been rough.
They're lying to us.
Yeah. Anyway,
sure,
I'll say that I'm very happy about the win. Obviously, I'll take a 79-70 win.
Defensive struggle.
Yeah, but better days ahead. Better days ahead.
Well, you got Russ cooking, so I am curious when we get to
That's
the
right.
matchup. I'm waiting to see because I got 2 negators waiting for Kyler, but we'll see. We'll see what you decide to do to make the decision. But you're gonna get Lamb. Ethan, anything about this matchup?
I mean, look at the bench. How do you have Kelsey and he's not even close to your best tight end? I mean, you got 2 tight ends that put much better games.
Well, he's Kelsey. Which one of us would have bench held Kelsey over Henry? Or
I mean, who would have thought,
maybe
though?
you start. I don't know. Would anybody here really bench
But
Kelsey?
I mean, the whole Kansas City offense has been a disappointment fantasy wise, except for Worthy. I mean, Mahomes.
Worthy's hasn't been great either. I mean,
Worthy,
really.
I mean, he's caught touchdowns. Though. I mean, he's the only person on that team who's catching touchdowns. Like Kelsey
well,
doesn't
he
have a
didn't get
single
one
one this
this
season.
week. He didn't get the one this week against the
Right,
Niners.
but nobody caught one this week. That's my point. I mean, Kelsey doesn't have a touchdown all year. What other receiver actually has a touchdown besides maybe
Juju.
Rashi?
Juju.
He has one? You got one?
Yeah, he
When,
had a
last
monster game. No, he's hurt. He's hurt too.
Oh.
Again, rumor has it that the Cup is on the block, and I would definitely hope that if they're going to trade Cup, Kansas City would be a very nice destination.
Evan pulled out a win without the Dallas offense. So I mean,
yeah, without well, he would have started Lamb, and then obviously he has Collins and IR.
Yeah.
When at full strength, I do think you're about as tough as it is. I am happy to catch you at not full strength. Sorry, Evan. I'm not. I mean, not that we're hoping for victory, but we want them to get healthy for the rest of the league. They don't have to get healthy for me.
And Connor, I mean, such a beast.
Connor's been a beast.
Touchdowns. Without touchdowns too, he's still putting up 17.
That guy runs hard. I don't know why Pittsburgh got rid of him and kept Najee. Jason, what do we got here?
Well, I mean, on the flip side, I caught Evan at full strength. I think we already played this year, didn't we?
Oh,
Evan?
Jesus. This is not the Jason Bradshaw.
Well, I have an interesting thing that I looked at about your team, but we'll get to your team when we get.
I can't wait to hear it.
You have the least points scored against you. It's
What's that?
You have the least amount of points scored against you. I put up.
Well, where am I at in the points score?
We're gonna get to that. Let's keep focused on where we're at.
I think you're right. I've been very lucky. I played a bunch of guys who have had off weeks, and I'll take that every single week. And hopefully, the bunch of others can put up 70 points against me this week. And again, I'll be in the same boat. I'm hopeful.
Hopefully, you put up 70 points and lose again this week. So.
How many did you put up this week?
All right, let's focus on this.
How'd that work out?
Look at this. I'm trying to get control of the commissioner's score.
I lost two guys in the middle of the game.
You're 6-1.
All right, we're gonna get to your guys' game. It's one of those.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I can't wait for Evan's comment. I want to hear Evan's comment.
Yeah. All right.
You might want to look at your research before
Evan. I will say Evan's got a little bit of bench. He's got Russ, that's going to be a tough call. I mean, Russ was cooking. I do think that's an aberration, but when he's at full strength, I think Evan's a top 4 team for sure. Maybe top 1 when all those receivers are clicking. So
he's a top 8 team. He should be in the playoffs, and anybody can win 3 in a row. Anybody can win 3 in a row, right?
That's right.
We've seen this year in and year out. So just get in the playoffs and win 3 in a row.
Evan's got to get a lot of his dancing shoes. He's got it's gonna be tough. The slippers doesn't fit quite yet, but he's gonna get there. All right, let's move on to the first tie of the week. In a week where we had 2 ties. The first
tie
of
the week. Before?
I don't think
this week.
Yeah, 2 ties. We had this one. The undefeated Ray Lou and the Giant Killer, Chiefs and Packers, and really. She should have won because, in fairness, Debo game was 0. Apparently he has pneumonia.
Yep.
I guess he's got pneumonia, and he goes with Cousins again. I don't know. I mean, he's a Niner fan. He really got to go with Purdy, but I know he was afraid of that Chiefs defense. Mixon's been on fire. A.J. Brown's really good. Drake London's really good. Kittle's top 2.
I think he's the number 1 tight end right now.
Yeah, number 1 tight end.
Besides Bowers might have more than it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying he's definitely top 3. So really good, and that's what. And then Joni, I don't know if you guys watched that game, but Palmer actually caught a pass, and they had illegal contact on the defense, so he didn't get credit for that one catch. Had he got credit, I mean, maybe the other catches don't happen after that, but anyway, the Giant Killer, Joni, Brees Hall, really, I mean, top 3 back, top 4 back. Like where she belongs.
He had 100 receiving yards.
Did he have 100 receiving yards?
Yeah, he had 101.
He did, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Donald in Minnesota. I mean, Braylon Allen looks like ever since they got rid of Saleh, apparently they're just going to Hall. Palmer did okay. Diggs underperformed. Pitts is coming around. Good kicking, good defense. The special teams. No one teaches special teams like Chiefs and Packers. They were spreading the special teams. Looking at the bench, no Herb. I mean, as usual, not really an impressive bench.
His bench outscored me, doubled me.
Ray's got the best bench in the business. Look at this bench.
By far.
Look at this bench. Holy crap. Hunt, Bigsby. Look at his running game.
Look at his backup tight end too, and the receiver. I mean, Brian Robinson,
used to be
Wandale
my
Robinson,
tight
or
end.
Brian Thomas. I mean, Wandale Robinson.
I can't believe I dropped Otten. Now it looks like with all those injuries that we're going to get to. Anyway, Jason, I'll let you comment, and don't roll this into you. Comment on the game. Leave yourself out of the comments.
There's nothing I have to say. Ray's the deepest team. He's the favorite. Joni almost took down another top guy.
She's the giant killer, man. She's like.
Let's just be honest. You look at Ray's team. He's the number one scorer, and he's got the deepest bench. And yeah, that was an off week, and there was an opportunity to knock him down. And so next up.
Yeah, so 121 on an off week. I want to have an off week. All right, Ethan.
I'm jealous. Jeez, I mean, how do you have like 3 guys over 20 on your bench?
4.
4.
No, 3. 3 and 18 from your tight end. I mean,
I didn't have anybody in my starting lineup that had 20.
I mean, and then top it off, he has Bucky Irving too, 16. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, that's Purdy. I mean,
and then how do you not start Brian Thomas? He's had like 20 points, like 3 different times.
Well, when you have his starting lineup, who are you going to bench? You're not going to bench. Well, maybe now, but you're not benching London.
No, in general, I would have
actually bench Pollard.
He had one good game.
I'd bench Pollard.
Yeah, that too. I mean, either one. And then the worst part,
but Bigsby, man, I don't even know who I would start. There's too many decisions for Ray. Ray keep making
you could have easily started Tank because there's no ETN this week. ETN didn't play.
Yeah, I mean, Bigsby, I don't know. Evan, we're all jealous. Please continue the love fest for the rice machine here.
As am I. Yeah, I raised the number one team by far in my mind. I mean, depth alone, he trumps everybody at this point. So, I mean, I feel like Bigsby's got that backfield one from here on out. I don't think ETN is going to do much the rest of this year. Brian Thomas, same thing. He's the number one guy there. I mean, those are guys on your bench who are getting.
Hunt had 22 against the Niners.
Jeez. I think Hunt's gonna fall off. They're gonna bring in some other people. I feel like in the backfield, but Ray's team is number one. I mean, I will say he's very consistent. I was looking at his scores. I think he scored 120 every single week, and he's won every week except for this one. And then on the flip side with Joni, I'll be honest, Joni's team absolutely terrifies me. Because she could put up 120 points, 130 points, or she could put up 60. You have no idea.
You don't know what you're getting.
You don't know what you're getting. Like it is a complete coin flip, and I am terrified to play her. So,
yeah, I'm telling you. Looking back, we thought that Mason deal was horrendous, but Hubbard has been great. Brees Hall. I mean, she can make a few more moves, but you know what I like about Joni? She's loyal.
That's right.
She gets her squad and she rolls with her squad, you know. I mean, yes, that's good. All right, let's move on. So the most lopsided game of the week.
This season.
Sweet Like Candy against Primetime. Lamar, 49. Beast. What did he have? 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
Hey, 2 of them went to Mark Andrews, so.
Yeah, I know.
See, I know you know.
Good Waddle, even though, well, I mean, Rodney's team's kind of scary because Waddle now with Tua coming back, as long as he can stay on the field. Bowers is great. The kicker,
Bowers, 21 from a kick. Oh, jeez.
Jefferson, Kyron's been good. Let's look at his bench. Okay, the bench is not impressive, but he might get Hawkinson back, so he might have really a two top 10 tight ends when that's going. And we're the he's touchdown dependent, very much so. On the flip side, Paul Seattle did great, but everybody on his team, Dell 0. I mean, he wasn't even hurt. Wilson, Zay Flowers only 4 points when Lamar scores 5 touchdowns, throws for 5 touchdowns. Jaden Reed, obviously he had Goddard hurt, and the kicker, May. That's nice. I mean, it's nice backup. He's not going to play him, and other than that, there's not much. Ethan, you get to go first here. What do we think?
How does Tank Dell have 0? I mean, no Nico Collins, right? I mean, that's why
I know. No. I'm sure Paul's asking the same thing. Well, no, but what's his name? When we get to
Tank Dell last year was his favorite target before he went down, and then now what? 0 points. I mean, can we look how many targets he got at least? I mean, would they even look in his direction, or was everything just a mix?
Well, what's his name only had 80 yards. CJ Stroud only had 80 yards passing. So,
But I mean, he probably only threw the ball like what 20 times then.
I think he
he
had
had
like 17 passes or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
four
win a football game
targets.
with that.
He had
You
four
don't
four
win a football
targets,
game with that.
and he
So
couldn't
and
catch any.
the Geno Smith one, I watched that game. It was all
Yeah,
Seattle. So Seattle just took over that game.
I was shocked at Seattle. I thought that would be competitive, and I was hoping for it
Yeah,
to be competitive.
and
But
then Zay Flowers, I mean, went down, and everyone else on Baltimore stepped up, including Bateman. So I don't know. And then the tight end, what is he? A
well,
tight end?
he has Goddard, and tight end is just a pile of hot garbage out there on the
And
waiver
then there's
wire.
yeah, but the worst part is there's nothing on his bench anymore. Because I mean, Lazard, yeah, he was something, but I mean, what now? He's the fourth
No,
option
he's
on that
got
offense.
Downs. Downs as long as they
And then I mean,
Blacko.
he's
play
got DJ Moore
Flacco.
too. But I mean, DJ Moore,
Oh, he's
DJ
got
Moore,
DJ Moore. Okay, yeah, okay.
but
So
I mean,
Tank
DJ Moore
Dell.
4 catches for 20 yards. I mean,
Well, you swap out Tank Dell for. I mean, not that Michael Wilson. Yeah, Kimbo's team again went
it's
crazy on
very
me, but he had a bad week. He's 3-4. He's in the hunt. Prime time is now towards the upper echelons of the team. Jason, any comments from you, sir?
Well, I mean, we're looking at this, and let's be realistic. I mean, Lamar's fantastic, but how often is he going to go for 50?
back-to-back weeks.
maybe not
That's
50.
probably his best game of the year. Let's be honest.
Weeks.
That's the best game of the year he's going to have.
Well, but
It
but
is.
he might not go for 50, but he'll go for 25 pretty
Okay,
regularly.
well
He
that's
put up
half,
46
right?
2 weeks ago.
Let's just call it what it is. I mean, that's his best game of the year. Fantastic game. Kudos. I mean, Kyron Williams 19, definitely doable. Jefferson 21, certainly,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I mean, look at the rest of the lineup. I
Well,
mean, are you
Bowers
expecting
Bowers is
Dickerson to
the
go
top.
for 20?
Bowers is a beast.
Yeah, the kicker's not going to go for 20, but
No. So let's be
But
realistic.
Waddle's not
I
going to
mean,
go for
outside
2.
of what he's capable of doing regularly on his team, he's at 115 points.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah,
Right?
that's probably
And
about right.
that gives you probably a 50% chance of winning, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Waddle should. I mean,
Lamar's averaging 33.
Yeah. So Lamar's averaging 30. So that's top quarterback right now.
Yeah, number one. Jefferson's
number
probably
one.
averaging 20 almost. He's number one for receivers.
Yeah, but
not much.
Those are statistically averages. So next week Lamar might go for 21.
I wish I had 21.
I bet you do.
Cleveland. He's playing Cleveland.
Oh yeah, the only good news there is that they might blow him out so bad, even though they kept Tampa Bay kept trying to fight back.
I'm just saying, like, prime time's right where he's supposed to be. His team's got fantastic, like, top 3, no different than anybody else, and it was a great week for him. But realistically, I mean, he's not in position to win 3 in a row.
I think he is.
I don't.
I think if all things break right,
I think that's a scary team. Yeah. I think it's a very scary team.
Yeah, I don't think Mostert's going to kill anybody. I don't think anybody's worried about Worthy. Waddle, with whether it's with Tua or not, because Tua's not going to last. He's going to get knocked out again. Bowers is fantastic, and nobody's worried about the Niners or his kicker. So, I mean, I think he's middle of the road. I think he's a playoff team, but I don't think he's going to win the final 3.
I think he has one of the scariest teams on the team.
Well, I mean,
any one of these guys can go for 30.
Yeah. I think it's very difficult to win 3 in a row, but I think he is definitely on paper here. As long as, I mean, there's been so many injuries, he can't afford an injury. I'll give you that much. But if this is the team he rolls out every week,
he can't afford an injury, and he's going to struggle with bye weeks.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as long as he makes it to the dance, if he's got his full complement, you do not want to run into this because
I'm just saying, like, he may not, because he's going to struggle with bye weeks. Let's just be honest. When Jackson's out, he's lost. That's a loss.
I think Ethan made a great point. I'll get to Evan in a second. Is that Lamar can put up 50, Jefferson can put up 40, and Kyren could put up 30, and Waddle could put up 30, and Bowers could put up a good 20.
Waddle is not going to put up 30. He hasn't done that. He hasn't even got like past 20 this year, and it doesn't look like this year is going to be anything even close to that.
All right, Evan, what do you think here?
I think I applaud Rodney for just a true underdog story this year. Given
I
his
know. Could you
given
believe that this
given his track record, at least in my time in the league, this has been a really good year for him. I will say, I think both Ethan and Jason, I think you both are right. I think Lamar Jackson, I mean, the one thing you're looking for in fantasy is you're looking for consistency, right? You're looking for consistent scoring every single week. Lamar Jackson, you're going to get that. Jefferson, you're going to get that. Who knew? But Bowers is going to get that too. Kickers and defenses are a wash. The problem for Rodney is with Mostert, Worthy, and Waddle. Waddle, even when Tua was there, he wasn't getting points. Worthy is a complete dart throw, and Mostert is almost a non-factor this year. Kyron Williams is actually surprised the heck out of me because like that dude gets consistently like 15 to 20 points every single week or more. So
yeah, that's against tough defenses too.
so I think that Rodney's team is pretty solid. I think that again with injuries, with bye weeks, like we saw last week, I think he only had like 4 healthy people last week to play. So I think that that's gonna be a hard thing to deal with. So it's gonna be hard to get into the playoffs, but there's no bye weeks in the playoffs. So hopefully you just get to the dance, and like you said, you got to win 3. And then on the other side, Paul, tough week for him. I mean, obviously Zay Flowers going down is rough. Reed had a bad day. Dell, he's on a milk carton at this point. Nobody knows where he was. And it was just a tough week. And again, consistency, right? Walker is pretty consistent. Geno Smith has had better days, but I mean, 23 is not bad. I won with the 23-point quarterback. So, yeah, again, better days for Paul. It was a tough week for him. But I am impressed with Rodney's team at the moment. So,
yeah, right.
I mean, you guys keep talking about Rodney's bye week. Worthy, Waddle, Jefferson, Kyron, Mostert already had all their bye weeks.
Yeah, I think Rodney.
Last week, probably, yeah.
Last week, that's why I wanted to play him in the.
Well, who's his backup quarterback? Oh, Rodgers. Okay, so he even has
serviceable, right?
The only thing he really has to worry about is tight end, and Hawkinson comes back. So
yeah.
Hawkinson
he's
comes
covered.
back. Should be back by week 10. He should be fine.
And I haven't played him yet, so don't worry. His team's gonna have an all-time.
I played him, and he put up a good amount of points, but it's okay. I put up a little more.
There you go. All right. Moving on to the second tie of the week. There was almost a third one with you, Evan. We thought you were going to tie too. The
Close.
cooler, and I don't know, is I don't know, Chio. I mean, I think his team should be better than 1-5-1, but as the great Bill Parcells says, your record is who it says you are. So Stroud really had not even close to a top 10 quarterback as he was drafted. Aaron Jones, fantastic. Barkley, behind Henry, the second best running back probably. Jacobs was good. No receivers to speak of for Chio. I think he left Pickens on his bench. I mean, John Lee went to play. I couldn't believe it. I told him that.
He had 3 people put up 22 on his bench. 3. He could have had 60 more points. Well,
the Broncos, yeah, he that was Thursday night, so he kind of missed that.
Points.
You wouldn't have played Jonnu over who's it? Schultz. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have done that. But Pickens instead of
Judy or Douglas, and then
or Douglas, yeah, I would have played.
I probably would have started the Broncos defense too, especially against Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, well, looking back on it, but looking at the other side, beast mode really has been devastated by the Tua injury. Hill 2 points. What the hell? I mean that's just been killing him. Really, everybody kind of underperformed, and now with the horrific injury to Godwin, I don't know what's going to happen here. And looking at his bench, and again, I love how these people all suck against everybody, but he kicked the shit out of me. So both of these teams beat me. So I'm pulling my inner Jason and reeling it back to me. All right, Evan, you get to start off this defensive, since you specialize in defensive struggles. You can take this one.
I actually don't. I specialize in complete shootouts. This week was a defensive struggle. Go figure. Let's see. I mean, from Gio's had a rough year. His running backs are ridiculously good. Jacobs, Barkley, Jones,
and he has Pacheco hurt.
And he has Pacheco hurt, which was a rough blow at the beginning. He went running back heavy in the beginning, which kind of surprised me, but obviously injuries have torched everybody. I actually was down on Stroud coming into this year. I had him last year. I just had a feeling he was not going to be the same. And then of course no wide receivers to speak of, which is just it's a tough way to do it, especially when you're 1-5. When you tie, it's what's the analogy? It's like kissing your sister or something. So, yeah, tough one.
Wow.
And then beast mode. I played him the first week, and I think that was one of those shootouts where I scored like 135 and I lost or whatever. So, his team is pretty crazy too. I mean, Tyreek Hill, Jonnu Smith had 22 points. Tyreek Hill had 1 catch for 13 yards. So make that make sense to me, right? So
good call. Yeah,
a rough week for both teams. I would say that the beast mode is just having played him already. I mean, he's got a good team. If he can get some people healthy, he'll be okay.
Well, with no Godwin now, but Hill should come back to earth. Montgomery got hurt. Good for Jason because Gibbs went crazy when we get to that game. All right, Jason, you're up.
Well, I mean, the Coolers had some bad luck. Let's just be honest. I mean, his lineup is literally a team that I would normally draft in our league, as we know, but he lacks depth, and his receivers are subject. To be honest with you, he's got nobody that worries you on either one of those.
Now with Russ, that was. I mean, Russ
Well,
was
I
just
mean,
throwing it out.
that's the first game. Let's see how that plays out. Up until this week, I mean, you'd be looking at him just like I was when I played him and going, okay, that's a win. I mean, typically that's what. I mean, let's just be honest. It is what it is. It's not a surprise. Everybody's like Tyreek Hill didn't have anything. Well, they don't have anybody to give him the ball.
Well, but they're like,
I mean,
Evan
that's
pointed
like
out,
saying Waddle didn't have anything, which we just reviewed in the last game, and that's been par for the course for the Miami offense. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, as Evan pointed out, Jonnu Smith had 22, and I saw they were running that like those little screen passes.
I
and
think
don't
you
know
should
why.
draft him next year in the first round, Arnold. I mean, Jonnu Smith, that's your number one pick.
Other
I
than
mean, Stroud is surprising. I mean, you look at that and you're like, okay, 5 points. That's ridiculously low.
Yep.
I mean, he's a high draft pick. I mean, anybody would take him in the top 5 rounds based off of last year. And, the regression there, it looks like, Jordan Love is like the steal in the draft, to be honest with you, even though he missed some time. The one thing that I think that Beast Mode's got going for him, and I hate to say it, is Montgomery's really been fantastic. And I know this because it's really hurt my numbers on Gibbs.
Right.
Not this week.
Not this week. Well, he got injured, but the one thing I will say about Stroud is that I think obviously Nico Collins being out has really hurt his and Mixon.
He still got what, Tank Dell and who's the other guy?
You mean Zero Dell?
I'm just saying, like, Tank Dell was his number one receiver until he went down last year.
Hey, but
Nico Collins changes that offense. He's the deep field threat. So when he's in, then Tank Dell can do what he needs to. But even still, Tank Dell wasn't doing much when.
Yeah, Tank Dell hasn't done anything this entire year. I don't think he has a touchdown either.
Well, also, like I said, Mixon running the ball so effectively is also, they don't have to pass. So that's the other part.
That's why they lost, though. They're not throwing the ball. They're not moving the ball down the field.
Well, I mean, is anybody worried about playing either one of these teams today?
No.
Well, given I only scored 79.
I'm realistic. Like,
and I lost the
lineups, and you're like, please let me have them next week. I don't want to play Arnold. I don't want to play Ray, but I'll take the cooler. I'll take Team Beast Mode.
I'll play Arnold again. Shoot, I want my get back.
Oh, you better hope we don't run into each other. Anyway,
put up 27 more points than you, bud.
Comment on this game before we get to we start talking some trash. Any comments here?
Miami gets Tua back, that offense is going to change, and his team's going to look a lot better.
I believe that too, and they're going to be in a shootout.
Yeah, Tyreek's numbers are going to skyrocket. I mean, same thing with Waddle. You guys were saying Waddle last time. He didn't put up points with Tua. The one full game Tua was healthy, he put up 16.
That's true until he takes his first hit. Until he takes his first hit,
he's not going to run it all. That's the only thing you worry about. He's not going to run it all. I think he's going to have some happy feet.
It won't matter. It won't matter. He didn't run last year, and this was the same result.
He didn't get hurt last year. He didn't get a concussion last year.
He got hurt because he doesn't.
Are you kidding me? Did you not see his hands clinch?
That was 2 years ago.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we hope Kua doesn't, but I think he's going to be even more careful. Which, I mean, he might have some happy feet. He's definitely not going to roll out, or he's probably just going to go down. But yeah, if he takes another hit, it will be over. So everybody.
It's over. That dude should just take his money and go be a family man and call it his day.
Yeah.
172 million guaranteed. I will be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you want everybody to be healthy, and this is just not the sport for him. Like, he just needs to move on and do what he's supposed to do, which is take his money, be a good family man, enjoy his life. You don't want to see anybody crippled, and that's what he's facing. Like, that's the way I feel about Tua.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree, but I think they're going to roll him out there. I don't even know why. I mean, their season's over anyway, even if with him there. But I guess he's going to give it a try. All right, here we go.
46 to walk away, but I mean, the reality is like you got your whole life. Like it ain't worth it. You still get 172 million. Just call it a day.
Absolutely. All right, the matchup of the week: the dad versus the son, and the father had to teach the young guy a lesson. It was like one of those pickup basketball games. The son thought he still had it, but let me just set it up, and I'll throw it to you guys, and Evan can then referee. Goff, revelation, really. I mean,
I want to start between the two of us. I want to start this whole.
Okay, Gibbs, best game of the season because what's his name went down, but he looks very explosive. Wilson really kind of cost that game by that one play. They kind of cost it just that game. McLaurin, surprised he even got 15 with no Daniels, which is good. Obviously, Ayuka's out for the year. Metcalf, they said grade 1, so I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks. And then Joku, with famous Jameis, the joke is going to open up, so that's really going to be good for you. Tucker's good. I mean, Eagles just kept sacking and sacking and sacking Daniel Jones. I'm all, get rid of the ball. Just throw it. Stop eating it. I was so mad. I was watching that game because I wanted him to throw the neighbors so bad, and he just kept sacking. Speaking of no bench, I'm sorry, Jason. I mean, pretty much a definition of a very poor bench here. I mean, Keenan Allen, I guess. Dottle, I guess. But I don't know what you're going to do for Ayuk, I guess. And if Metcalf and Ayuk are out, I think it's going to be tricky. On the other side, Baker, fantastic game again, but you wonder what's he going to be going forward. Najee looked okay. Addison looked okay. I mean, Evans, probably about 4 weeks until the bye week. Lockett didn't do that much. Chase has been good, of course. Ingram's been okay. He's been good, but they didn't need to throw. I think that game I watched, they ran like 18 times in a row.
Straight times.
I was all like, come on, throw the ball.
Every single one went to Biggie. Every single play.
I know it hurts. Your bench is also. I know Puka's supposed to come back, and if they do trade Cup, that's that. Yeah, so your bench is, but all right. So which one of you wants to start off here?
Me. I lost realistically on like 3 plays. Getting hurt because he dropped the touchdown when he got a 30-yard touchdown when he got hurt too. He dropped a 30-yard touchdown. That's like
9 points. Right? Yeah, that's 10 points. Still not enough.
No, because I got Mayfield too.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's 9 points for Mayfield and that's 10 points for Evans. So that's 19.
Okay, 19. Okay.
And then Addison got underthrown on a 50-yard ball. He caught it, but it would have been.
Oh, come on. We can all go through our stuff and say that.
Metcalf catch a last-second touchdown. A last-second touchdown on a wide-open poster. Wide open.
Who?
Who the hell? Metcalf.
Oh.
In the first half, he catches a wide-open touchdown that's 31 yards. And everyone knows the ball's going to him.
But then he also lost Ayuk. In fairness, he lost Ayuk.
Joku hasn't put over 8 points one time this season. Not over 8. Once this season, he puts up 23.
I know the feeling.
Gibbs didn't put up over 20 one time this season. What does he put up? 32 freaking yards.
He looked impressive.
The Vikings didn't feel like touching him. He walked in on both touchdowns untouched.
I don't think they could have caught him is the problem. He was so too fast and shifty. He didn't
get touched. And I'm watching the Eagles game, right? Every time we look up at the screen, Daniel Jones is playing it on his freaking ass. Just sitting back
I
there
know.
on his butt.
I feel you. I don't understand.
You
Can
don't,
we
because
keep
I
some
watched
backs?
Tank
Can we keep a
Bigsby.
tight end in there?
I watched Tank Bigsby carry the fucking ball 20 straight times. 20 times. Just here you go.
Oh.
And I watched Evan Ingram had 3 points on the first drive. The
Breathe.
first drive.
You should breathe.
What to do.
So the good news is, look, you were according to this, you were what 13 points above projections, and all those things not going right. Your team did well. I mean, you just ran into the highest scoring team this week. Everything broke right. Again, I mean, Wilson could have done a little bit better.
And he's gonna complain. He's gonna complain. My team wasn't great. Look at you. Look at Garrett Wilson. Your team played fine. Don't bitch and complain. You put up 160. Well, look at Jared Goff. You know. It doesn't matter. He put up 26. Jameer put up 32. McLaurin put up over 15 without his starting quarterback. Metcalf, he's hurt. He put up 20 in the first half.
All right. Well, obviously we touched a nerve. Jason, rebuttal.
I don't really have a rebuttal. I think Ethan said everything for me. I mean, he's right. I mean, McLaurin put up with a backup quarterback. I mean, Wilson did it with nothing. I mean, Goff and Gibbs, I mean, you're going to get what you get from Detroit's offense, which is arguably probably the most balanced offensive attack right now in the NFL. I mean, I did lose Metcalf at the half. I did lose Ayuk at the half. I mean, who would have thought Njoku would give you 23? I mean, that's ridiculous from a tight end. I would never have thought that. But I will describe a perfect scenario in the game where we're sitting here watching, and Watson scrambles. He should have been sacked twice, like he said, and he ditches it off to Njoku for like 12 yards, and I get like 3 points because it's right on the hedge. And then on the other TV, Goff hits Amon St. Brown for like a 35-yard touchdown. And Ethan looks at me and goes, well, that's a big fuck you.
Well,
I mean, it was a great week for my team. Let's just look at it for what it is. And Arnold, you're right. I mean, how am I going to replace those guys, right? You can't. But Ayuk has underperformed all year. Anybody who's watched football this year has known Ayuk has not lived up to expectations.
One game. He had one good game for you.
He had one good game out of 7.
Yeah. No, I mean,
that was his only game that hit double digits. So, I mean, honestly, Keenan Allen has outperformed him for the year. Realistically, he has. So, I mean, that's okay. The Metcalf really, really hurts. I mean, if he's gone a couple weeks, it is what it is. I mean, Ethan's running the buzzsaws all year. I think he's got more points scored against him than anybody in our league. And he's still right there at almost 500. What's that?
Gio by far, but I think Ethan's up there too. Gio has like 100.
I think you should look at it again. I think you're incorrect.
We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
You're gonna find out you're incorrect. So you got to be more informed when you're commish.
Oh Jesus, we're gonna look. All right, Evan, bring some order to this chaos, please.
Yeah. So going into the matchup that I had with Jason last week, the team that stood out to me and the team that came to mind was the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm gonna tell you why. I have never seen a team get gifted so many wins in my entire life.
Thank you.
The person in charge of them is, for whatever reason, not very well liked by other members of the league. And
I see why everybody just he talks so much shit.
And yet at the end of the day he continues to win. So kudos to you for winning.
He's the Patrick Mahomes of this league.
The Patrick Mahomes of this league.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Grand Poobah?
So I mean, I was looking it up. You every week, I think your points against was like 92 points or something like that, and then comparatively, I think like myself and the average was like 125 or whatever. So you're like 30 points below the average. So you scored 76 points one week and you almost won. Like that's how ridiculous it's got.
Well, how many points where do you think I am in the points leaders?
Right, you scored 150 plus or whatever. I think the last 3 weeks.
No. Where do you think I am in the points leaders?
Oh, I have no idea. You're probably
Yeah,
at
you're
the top.
second.
You, like
You're
I said, you've
second.
had
He knows
150.
where he is. We're
I
gonna look
do.
at that.
I know
We're gonna.
exactly where I'm at. So Evan, you're ill informed.
Oh,
I am the number
Jesus.
2 point scorer in this league, and I scored 74 points in week 1.
Hey, you've had 3 good weeks. I'm giving you all the credit in the world. You've had 3 really good weeks out of 7.
I think I've had 6 really good weeks because I've averaged over 135 points for 6 weeks in a row.
Well, we could double check that because I was
No,
just
you
looking
could
at
definitely double check that because I'm just telling you, you're ill informed. I
don't
mean,
know
I've
why.
only scored that first week 74 points, and I have not scored under 120 points since then. And this was my biggest week was this week against Ethan, which it is what it is. I was actually rooting for him because I wanted him to win. I could afford a loss.
And you guys want to talk about me being screwed? I have the most points scored against me, and I'm the 4th highest scorer.
Oh, dude, you have more points scored against you than anybody in the league for sure.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna get to
Anyways,
that, boys.
I'll end with this. I think that both of these teams, aside from all of that, I think both of these teams are obviously very good teams. I don't want any part of any of these. I think that Jason, I think your team's gonna have a rough go just with Ayuk being out, Metcalf.
Why my team's not healthy?
Yeah, Metcalf is kind of a hit or miss sometimes. I think McLaurin's gonna be different without McDaniels in there. All of those short term things other than Ayuk. And then on the other side, Ethan, I think that your team is just as stacked as anybody else's. I mean, you've put up 150 points or whatever, like 3 straight weeks, 4 straight weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
So I want no part of either one of you.
And I'm still missing my 2nd round pick. He comes back next week.
Well,
Jason, I don't know why you have so much hatred going towards you, Jason. You're such a sweetheart.
He's right. Exactly. He doesn't create
stop
it on
kissing
himself.
Stop
Well,
kissing up.
yeah.
Thank you, Evan.
Both you guys this was a tough week, and I'm gonna say because Ethan losing Evans is gonna
Yeah, but I mean, Nakua comes back next week.
Yeah, but losing Evans and Godwin is gonna hurt Baker, and you obviously can't go with Richardson. So
Hey, who knows? Maybe Richardson has a bounce back.
That guy can't throw a football. He can run a football.
Yeah, he went 4 for 13 when we started watching. 4 for 13 in the NFL game.
Yeah. So and Jason losing. I mean, both your benches are I mean, they're okay, but when Nakua goes back, that's definitely. But Evans missing 4 weeks, and again, no Godwin's gonna hurt. But you guys put up some numbers for sure. Final game of the week. It was the Bills Mafia against the Big Hurt. So I basically gave him this win. I traded St. Brown and Amari Cooper, his 2 highest scorers other than Jordan Love, who's been fantastic. Other than that, Steve didn't really do much. Jameson Williams is suspended. Apparently, why would a speedy guy need PEDs? But all right, I guess I don't get it.
Beef up.
I guess it helps you. I guess that's what the Ben Johnson did. Kraft is good. Look at his bench. Ray Davis.
Ray Davis outscored James Cook. Huh?
Wait, this is the Ernest Johnson. He had 10 points and Goodson.
Oh yeah, they hit the ball off 20 freaking.
Oh, he's got Jennings, so that's going to be good. So Jennings will replace Williams, so he should be solid. I mean, not afraid of this team. I traded St. Brown because he's not getting a lot of volume, but he catches everything. He was like 8 for 8 the week before. He's 4 for 4, gets a touchdown. On the other side, Derrick Henry's a beast. Hurts was good. Dobbs was good, but the rest of Ben's team fell apart. Laporta's just been no bueno. Sutton 0. Looking at Ben's bench again. Oh, Taylor. He's got Taylor. So if Taylor comes back, that would definitely help him. Ben, you can go ahead and let Deshaun Watson go. He ain't coming back ever, maybe. Did you guys see that where they were like, the home crowd was yelling, "You deserve it"? It's not like 80,000 people yelling, "You deserve it."
Talk about a tough crowd.
I mean, he kind of does deserve it, but that's you don't need to kick him while he's down. All right, Evan, you start off the final matchup here.
Yeah, we'll keep it short and sweet. Ben, his players have been disappointing kind of all across the board all year, except for when he played me. And
Henry hasn't been disappointing.
Well, Henry put up 40 against me, but that's neither here nor there. And then on the other side, Steve had a good week. I mean, he's had a tough season too. There's a lot of people. I think Cooper's going to have a good rest of the year. St. Brown is better than what he's played, and he showed it last week. And I think that Jordan Love, I think Jason, you said it was he's the steal of the draft. Honestly, just so consistent, just completely just throwing bombs all day long. So I think that his team
220 yards, is that considered bombing?
Well, touchdowns. So I think that Steve's got a long way to go to get into the playoffs, but he's got some pieces to make it work. So
all right, Ethan.
Man, Derrick Henry, what a pick! He's put up a touchdown in at least one every single week.
Yeah, 182 yards.
He has 10 total touchdowns in 7 weeks.
He's on pace to break the all-time rushing record. Well, I know it's going to be 17 games, but if he plays it, he's going to break Dickerson's record. He's on pace to do it. So
I mean, he might be on pace. He's had a phenomenal year, and everybody was, not. I wouldn't say count him out because he's still Derrick Henry, but nobody expected him to go this nuclear. So.
Well, I think that offense, because you can't just focus on him like you could in Tennessee. You got to worry about Lamar, and that they play off each other really nice. So that team looks tough.
Yeah, and on the other side, Amari, first game as a Buffalo Bill, he catches a touchdown, and then, that trade is not looking great for you, huh? Now looking back at it, Amon-Ra. why'd you trade Amon-Ra though? He put
the week before he had four. Well, Detroit. Here's why. Here was my logic for the trade. The week before he had 4 targets. He had a touchdown. So he had 13 points. He looked better than he was. They've been running the ball when Montgomery went down. Just because as soon as I trade things to Steve, everything works out. Because once Montgomery goes down, then they're going to throw. But before then, Jason will tell you they just ran, and Goff was. He was 18 for 18, but 18 attempts for your quarterback is nothing.
It's true.
I figure Cooper, I didn't know what he was going to be. You don't know. That was okay. I needed a running back because.
What do you mean you never know with Cooper?
Well, he's going to a new team. He sucked in Cleveland. You don't know if he lost
he had a great year last year when he had decent quarterback play, aka Joe Flacco. Because I had him last year.
Just to recap, Cooper was playing on a team where they cheered when their quarterback was taken off the field. So
a lot about your team. And
I think he's in a better spot.
Yeah, Cooper was. Even when he was in Dallas, he was the number 1.
Yeah, no, he was on the Raiders too. No, it was a calculator. I needed a running back. I needed a top 5 guy, and I think.
Arnold, let's just be honest. You screwed Steve.
You think I got the better deal?
Oh yeah, no lube.
Oh, you're disgusting.
100%. 100%. I don't even know what Steve was talking about. I don't know who approved that, which 3 people approved that, because you're the
who thinks it's not a fair trade?
I never thought it was a fair trade at all. I would have never approved that trade.
Wait, there's nothing to approve. It's just a fair trade. Both people, there's the only thing that needs to be approved.
Well, why are you smiling so hard when you say that?
He outscored me this week. If I had both of them, I still probably would have lost.
I don't care. You
would have won.
Who approved that? Everything's supposed to go to review for a panel of 3.
Here's the panel. Who here objects to that trade? What was unfair about it?
I think you got fleeced.
Oh my God! I think you hosed Steve.
No, I think it's the other way around.
I know there was 3 players. What was the 3? It was Brown, Cooper, and who for Harrison?
Singletary.
It was Amon St. Brown and Cooper for Bijan Robinson and
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison
Jr. did nothing. We did nothing. And
Marvin Harrison had one good week.
Yeah.
He had one good week, and then he had 2 decent ones because of touchdowns. Marvin Harrison has not been that impressive.
I would have never
a wide receiver.
That.
And then you look at the other side.
There's nothing to approve. It's got to be just both players. It has to be like somebody's not trying to sabotage the league.
In his home opener in this one game.
Let's get back to the basics. Do either one of these teams scare anybody at all?
No,
not this guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Steve, I think Steve could be competitive if all things break right.
Steve is competitive for sure, and Ben is not.
Well, when Ben gets Taylor, if Ben's at full strength, he has no wide receiver.
He's 2-5. He's not making the playoff. He's done.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the previews.
Yeah.
So the first game was me against Evan. before I preview it, who Jason?
5.7.
5 points to Evan. Jason, what do you think?
7 you.
7 me. Evan, have you even looked?
I haven't looked. I'm gonna bet against you on this one. I'm gonna say myself by 3.
Okay, let's take a look.
Our lineup's active. Make sure everybody's got
Yeah.
active.
Yeah, everybody's active.
Ooh, so I'm up by 10. So Caleb against Kyler, if that goes right. Bijan at Tampa Bay, so that should be nice. Connor at Miami, so that should be a shootout probably.
Cooper Kupp
Cooper if he plays, but that's tough. Minnesota coming back, so that's tough. That's going to be interesting. Sunday night, Dallas at San Francisco. I am worried about Devontae because he had a subpar game, and I am worried about Neighbors because if the Eagles were sacking the shit out of Daniels, who knows what's going to happen when Pittsburgh gets
Oh,
here.
the Steelers.
Our team.
There's no time. There's nothing happening there.
Yeah.
Well, I do have the 2 negators, so I mean, hopefully Kyler decides not to run this week. Let's pass the ball if you're going to do anything, Kyler. Mooney, good kickers, both good kickers, and the Bears D and Deontay at Denver and Javante, so they play each other. Let's see if we have any options. So Jaden Daniels, but I don't feel comfortable. I'll probably roll with Caleb. Yeah, that's pretty much my starting lineup. I don't know. Let's see. Evan, any decisions on your end?
No, mine's probably gonna be what it is there. I'm obviously gonna just mop the floor with you completely. No concerns whatsoever.
No, okay.
Kyler Murray is gonna give the ball to James Conner 25 times. He's gonna
That's,
throw 3.
Oh wait, you have James Conner, so no, that's not fine. I was about to say
Yeah,
no. Oh, you have Conner too. Oh man, I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna get tackled. Brian's gonna get tackled at the 1. It'll be like the little dump off to Conner for a touchdown. I already know.
But I mean, if Kyler throws the ball, I mean, he goes to your guys.
No, he's gonna throw it to Valdez.
Well, this week he threw it to Dortch.
Yeah.
He threw it to Dortch for the touchdown and to Conner. Conner had all the receiving yards. So
Mitchell, screw it.
I did think I'm interested. I mean, I think Niners are gonna, even though they're shorthanded, I think Dallas is just looking like a train wreck. So
I think your high scorers are gonna be Robinson. I think Neighbors. I think Cooper. I think Cooper Kupp he's kind of a coin flip at this point. We don't even know if he's gonna play. Marvin Harrison's washed up. He's done.
He's a rookie. Number 1 pick. He's done.
His season's over. McBride actually scares me too a little bit because he was throwing to him a lot last week. So,
well, I'm worried about Mooney because he had against Tampa Bay. They give up. They're like a 7, and I think Devontae Adams.
Well, yeah, didn't he just put up like his biggest game against Tampa Bay?
Yep.
But then he put up like 40 against them, 31.
It's beautiful.
So it's gonna be a good game. I'll let Caleb run against Washington. We'll see what happens. Looking at the lifetime matchup, one of us is 8-4, and I've won the last 7 matchups. I mean, but who's counting?
It means I'm due.
You do.
I'm absolutely due.
Well, that also means I was 1-4 at one point. That's what that means.
Well, who needs it more?
Well, neither one of us is really killing it right now. I'm 3-4.
Oh, you guys are both on the edge of not making playoffs, so you both need it.
Yeah, we both need it. All right, Evan, how do you feel about this matchup?
It's an obvious win. I look forward to being on here next week and toasting to the win, and absolutely destroying you by 25 points, maybe even 30. So
I'm surprised I'm actually favored. I don't.
But Arnold, you're like 7th in coaching.
Yeah, well, I'm 4th in schedule difficulty. Evan's 2nd in schedule difficulty.
Yeah, but he's 5th in coaching, and you're 7th.
Well, yeah, that just means the starting. Yeah, I made some mistakes. What are you gonna do?
Oh, okay.
What are you gonna do? Okay, Jason, I know who you're picking. Go ahead, pick who you think is gonna win.
Honestly, this is a coin toss for me, to be honest with you. But I don't know which way. I didn't look at who every player's playing against, so that's kind of like my catch-all, be-all. Like Kupp against Minnesota.
My receivers have a tough matchup.
You know what? I'm taking Evan.
All right, thank you. Ethan, would you like to counter your father, please?
I am actually. I'm gonna counter him. I think Caleb's gonna have a big game against Washington. I mean, that Washington secondary sucks. Washington
They've actually been
secondary
playing well.
I hope so. Keenan Allen, I have him.
They've been atrocious. And then I think Malik Neighbors is going to catch a touchdown, and I think it's going to be the only score they get all day. I mean,
I'm telling you, Malik Neighbors,
they're going
to scare me.
Look at this over unders 36.5. There ain't going to be much scoring there. But the other one is 47. Miami and let's hope for a shootout, Evan.
Yeah.
Miami, let's hope for a shootout.
With my luck, I'll score 140. You'll score 162.
What? Tua's back this week.
Back this week.
That's why they're actually favored by 3. Because Tua's back. Yeah, so it's interesting. All right, next matchup before is prime time. Ooh, Ray against Rodney. Ooh, I'm gonna say Ray by 6.
12.
Ray by 12.
I'm gonna say prime time by 7.
Oh wow.
Ray by 11.
Ray by 11. So 3. So it's like
really Price is wrong.
Ray by 9. Now he might switch out.
Listen, I gotta jump, guys. It's bedtime for the little ones, so I'll catch y'all next week.
Well, it's been so much fun. Well, thank you for joining the corner. I'll put the video.
Evan.
We appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Evan.
Bye. So looking at this, Ray is 14-4 against Rodney lifetime. So you think Ray goes with Cousins or he goes with the Purdy against the Cowboys? Purdy. Lamar against.
Kurt put up 500 yards against Tampa Bay last time. So I don't know.
The other thing is Lamar against Cleveland. They might just run away with it, so you might not need to do much after the first half. Mixon against Indy, that should be a big number. Kyrie against Minnesota, so definitely better there. Pollard against Mozart. I guess Pollard. Oh, he's playing Detroit though, so that's going to be tough for Pollard. That's probably a wash. Jefferson against AJ.
Jefferson's going to go for. I'm excited because I think that Rams secondary has been awful. I think they're one of the bottom 5.
Yeah, but they're playing to the Cincinnati secondary. They're also horrible.
London, They've been better than them.
London against Worthy. You got to go London there, right?
Yeah, and then Debo against Waddle.
That's probably a wash.
But
I'm sorry, Kittle's not worth 18.
Kittle's been those for sure.
He's not worth 18.
But Bowers, it should be closer. I will give you this.
Yeah, but Kittle's not worth 18.
I think Kittle's had his best games against Dallas, though.
Doesn't matter. He's not worth 18.
I don't know. I think he is.
He's averaging 17.
I think he's worth 9. I think it's half that.
He's put up under double digits only one time, under 14 one time.
Yeah, and that's going to be a shootout, I think, because the Niners defense hasn't been looking that hot either. So I think that's going to be a shootout. But Bowers, he's playing KC, so that's going to be tough.
Yeah, they're going to hone in on him. They're going to hone in on Bowers all game.
Dicker's a better kicker. 49ers.
Well, he's got Aubrey. He's got Aubrey on the bench.
Okay, so he's going to go Aubrey. Okay, yeah.
So
and Ray's got all kinds of choices in case he wants to. I mean, he's got Brian Thomas against Green Bay.
Or Bigsby. He might go Bigsby. He might go Kareem Hunt. Yeah, so I think Debo's going to go on the bench.
I think Pollard might go on the
Pollard,
bench.
Pollard.
Yeah. Bigsby. I play Bigsby over Pollard.
I'd put both of the Jacksonville guys over both of them.
Both of those, yeah. So I think when it's all said and done,
I think
Ray's first receiving, first defense. Look, Ray's coaching is 13th, Jason, and he's undefeated. Rodney's first because it's based on what you have on your bench. And Rodney
I know what it is.
When?
I know what it is.
Yeah, so then it's not.
Okay. Man, Ray's look at his rank though. I mean, his scheduled difficulty second to last. He's one of the worst passers, and he has one of the worst rushing games. This guy has just been lucky. His receivers have been the best in the league.
Oh yeah, he's been good. Well, he also has the second easiest schedule. So,
yeah.
All right, out of control, out of punching mutters. Ooh, that's going to be interesting because you're losing some people. I'm going to say you by 10, Jason.
I'm going to say Mutters by 3.
I'm going to say Mutters by like Mutters by 2, since Ethan said 3.
Okay. Mutters by 1.
Uh,
Well, let's take a look. We got Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Gibbs. Well, I gotta give Gibbs over Dobbins. Oh, they're playing New Orleans. Ew. Yeah, they've been
Oh,
bad.
and Detroit's playing Tennessee, which has been the best run defense.
Okay.
So
Dottle against San Francisco, even though Hunt was running on them last week, which I don't get. But Kamara against Chargers defense looked okay. Wilson should have a nice game, but I don't think they're going to need to do much here. Devontae had a bad game. Kelsey hasn't gotten 16 all year. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that's probably worse.
I like Njoku.
Yeah, Njoku. Yeah, right now
against
you probably
Baltimore, I don't like Njoku. I don't like him against Kyle Hamilton. I don't like him against Kyle Hamilton.
I like him against anybody. There's no one else to throw
there's
to.
nowhere else. Yeah, I agree.
Cedric Tillman, baby.
Brian Robinson's been good, and he's running. And then you're doing Tolbert. So you got a couple of people Sunday night, and he's going to be done by Sunday. So by Sunday night, you're going to need some points, or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll already be ahead. Lifetime, you are 15-10, so 5 good. And last time you beat him by 51 points, Jason.
And what is the coaching?
Second schedule difficulty. The easiest schedule. So
that's true. That's true. I can't argue with that.
His run game has been but.
Yeah, 12th run game. He's got the top run game, but he's got the worst passing game.
Yeah, but I have the second receiving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, second receiving. That's gonna be I think you're gonna. I think when it's all said and done, you should be ahead once all the changes are made. But
well, I mean, I have some wiggle room. I'm 6-1, so I mean, it'll be what it'll be, and who knows? Like I said, 7-7 makes playoffs usually. Is that correct, Arnold?
Well, it has in the past. I should this year too, but it has in the past usually.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, I got a good chance of making playoffs if I can win 2 out of the next 7. I'll be in the playoffs, and then you know as well as I do, just got to win 3 in a row.
I do. You got to get to the dance first, and after that,
that's it.
Ooh, Sweet Like Candy against Cooler. Ooh, I'm gonna say Cooler.
I'm gonna say Cooler
by 10.
I'll take Sweet by 2.
Jason?
Don't forget to look at benches, so you never know.
Jason?
I'll take Cooler by 2.
Okay, Cooler by 2. Let's take a look.
Jeez.
Cooler by 11, but let's take a look. So Stroud 26. That's
wait, Sweet. Wait. Go back. It says 20 on mine.
120 way to 107.
Yeah, but somebody's got people on a bye.
Nope.
No, let's take a look. So Barkley against Cincinnati. That's a good matchup. Buffalo and Seattle. Is it at Seattle? Or where is it at? No, it's at Buffalo. So, is it Buffalo or Seattle?
No. It's at Seattle.
It's at Seattle. So that should be a shootout a little bit. Jaden against Jacksonville. You like that? Pickens against the Giants. You like that?
Tank zero down.
Well, he might replace him. Oh, he's got. Well, let's look at his bench. What's the prognosis?
That's what I was saying. Like, you got to look at the bench.
Oh yeah, Goddard is going to play, so that's Cincinnati, and DJ Moore. So he's going to bench probably Michael Wilson
or
Tank Dell. I don't know who he's going to. Does he have anybody else? Lazard Downs. Yeah, it should be a competitive matchup. Aaron Jones against the Rams, you like that. Josh Jacobs against the Jags, you like that. Broncos against Carolina, you love that. Evan McPherson, Jonnu, Tutu, Pickens. That should be a competitive game. Paul leads the series 4-1, and he's won the last 4 matchups, winning last 2 years ago by 14-7, 21 points. Schedule difficulty, the Cooler number 1. Yeah. Paul tied for 11th. Receiving. Okay, let's move on. Chiefs and Packers against the Big Hurt. Ben by 7.
I won't bet against Joni. Joni by 25.
Only by 25, huh?
I don't care.
Ben by 9.
Kryptonite. She's my
Ben by
kryptonite.
9.
What?
Ben by 9.
Ben by 9. Okay, let's take a look. Ben by, wow. Did you already look?
Mm-mm.
Ben by 9, right on the dot. So Hurts against Cincinnati, Donald against the Rams, good matchups. Hall against New England, Henry against Cleveland.
He's gonna have a monster game.
Ramonde, he hasn't been doing much. Hubbard against Denver, so he won't do much. Diggs, 19 for Diggs is aggressive. Cortland Sutton did nothing.
Who do they play?
Indianapolis.
It's about right, honestly. No,
Really?
yeah, they've struggled against receivers.
Pitts against, Pitts is way more
Pitts has had
consistent than Laporta. Carlson, 5. I think he's going to do more than that, but that's probably a wash on the kicking end. Braylon Allen against Calvin Ridley. Neither one of them been doing anything. Looking at the bench, Naylor, Van
Both
Jefferson.
benches are depleted.
Zach Moss. That's McLaughlin. I thought he had. Well, he's got Taylor. So if Taylor plays, that would be a big.
Taylor's not playing this week.
Really? Let's see.
Yeah, probably not.
He's optimistic that we'll resume practicing this week.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been supposed to play. He's been out since like week 3.
Well, we'll see what happens. Any other feedback on this matchup?
Yeah, I feel bad for Ben. I mean, he has the worst pick in the draft this year. In my opinion, he is one of the worst picks in Laporta. He's put up over double digits one time. Same as
against me.
But I mean, it wasn't a good game either. It was one catch.
Did he beat you, Arnold?
No, I barely beat him.
It was a singular catch for a touchdown.
Well, Joni's number 1 in my book, always.
Laporta's been a joke. Laporta's been a joke this year.
Joni's actually ahead of us because we're all 3 and 4, and she's 3 and 1, so she's actually ahead.
We're not all 3 and 4.
Just saying, like that. I don't know what it is. Her team is solid as far as I'm concerned. I don't care.
I don't care.
I just want to win.
Steve against Mike. I'm going to say Steve by 5.
Same.
Yeah. Steve by 7.
Steve by 4. Love against Jacksonville. Oh, that should be. But he's got Josh Allen, as I found out.
I think that's gonna be a wash.
Mason against Cook. Mason should be healthier against the Dallas that sucks. T. Higgins against St. Brown.
Yeah, but is McCaffrey playing?
No, they already announced he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's not playing. Cooper. So he can negate Josh Allen. So that would be good for him. Ladd. Jawan Jennings should have a nice role.
Yeah.
Keenan Coleman. Tucker.
Mike's putting a lot of faith into that Buffalo offense.
Look at this. They're both going double tight end. They're both going double tight end. Desperate time.
I think either one of the tight ends should go for Rashad White.
Really? Let's see. Who's got Rashad White? Mike. Does. Yeah. Well, Andrews has been playing. I don't know which one were you going to bench. I mean,
Kincaid. I've had Kincaid all year in a different league. He has not been very, very good.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
But now things are opening up with Cooper. I mean, he did good. I mean, he did better last week. I don't know.
No, he put up 8 points last week. I mean, he's very.
I'd probably bench Andrews. I know he got 2 touchdowns, but maybe they're looking for him more.
But he's gotten a good amount of time. I mean, he's gotten. I wouldn't say actually a good amount. He's gotten 4 targets back to back, but I mean, he's had over 40 yards 2 straight weeks. So.
Okay. So it should be a dogfight, and a lifetime. Steve is 4-2. He's won the last matchup, and he beat him by 61 last year in week 8. So almost exactly a year ago. Week 8, Steve beat him by 61. So I know Steve's hoping for a similar type of performance. And the final matchup is you against Beastman. I'm going to say you by 25.
Me by 30.
Jason?
You by 4.
Let's take a look. Oh, Beast Mode by 2. Let's see. Burrow against Philly, so that should be a shootout. Baker's obviously took a hit. Najee against the Giants. The Giants D is actually better than advertised. Achan, Chase
Yeah, that's a
Brown.
very scary run team, but I mean they also just gave up 180 yards to Saquon, so hopefully they're just feeling tired.
But
Great.
Najee and Saquon they have a different speed element than I think.
Oh, I definitely agree, but I mean, we're hoping. We're hoping.
And then Swift 11. That might be better than Chase Brown. They're obviously assuming Tyreek's going to come back. Chase should have a good game. With Metcalf hurt. That's nice.
Oh, I forgot about Lockett. I got Lockett too. So hopefully Lockett's the new number one.
And are you starting?
Come on, man, that's hurtful.
Yes, it is.
And Montgomery. Is Montgomery healthy?
I think these numbers they're off. Freiermuth for 9. He probably hasn't hit that all year.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. That's been without Russ though.
Tyreek Hill for 17. Really, who's throwing the ball to him? He had 2 points last week.
Tua.
You can base these things off of averages, but I mean, the reality is like it is what it is. Tyreek hasn't hit 17 since week 3. So
he hasn't hit 17 since week 1.
Yeah.
Okay, week 1. I stand corrected. Thank you. So I mean, they're based off of the statistical averages of the defense, what they're allowing. But I mean, you also have to have players who perform. And at this point, like we all know, if you don't have your allotment of starters, it's not going to be consistent. So I don't think Tyreek gets 17. I think Tyreek gets under 10.
No, if Tua plays, Tyreek's not getting under 10. If Tua plays. But looking at this,
you think Tua's going to play this week? He hasn't practiced all year. He's practicing this week. You think he starts on Sunday?
They're treating it. Vegas has him favored. They would not have him favored if Tua wasn't playing. Tua's playing this week. Whether he plays the whole game or whatever, but right now he's scheduled to come back this week from everything I see.
I don't see it.
But looking at this, you're beating him in every category.
Yeah, except for record.
Passing second, rushing 7th, 6th. You're actually ahead in every category. Coaching rating, and except for record. Yeah, you're right. Except for the one that matters.
One that matters. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, my team hasn't been fully healthy yet once this year, so it's okay.
All right, let's take a look at the overall standings. Ray at 6, still undefeated, but that tie makes his is no longer a perfect record, but still 6-0. Followed by Jason, followed by Beast Mode at 4-2-1.
Whoa! Slow down.
What?
Look at the points for.
Yeah, we can do this like this. I was going to do that after we did the records, but points for. 2nd is Out of Control. 3rd is Prime Time. 4th is Undisputed, and I am number 5. So,
so you guys are all in line for the playoffs, which means any one of you guys are contenders.
Look at this bullcrap. Look at it points against me.
Those things are irrelevant. You can go 7-7, make the
barely,
playoffs.
Yeah. But look at Chio, yeah, barely. But you put up 100 more points than Chio, so the differential is pretty huge.
Just you have to stay the course and just get into the playoffs.
Look at you, Jason. Look at this. Look at this. 698. What's the difference between you and Ethan? It's almost 200 points.
200.
Yeah, but what's the difference between me and the number 1 scorer, Arnold? You're being one-sided.
I'm not being one-sided.
20-something.
19.
19. So I'm the second leading scorer. Who cares what it scored against me? It's not like I'm not putting up points.
No, but it's a lot easier to win when you're putting up as many when you don't have that many points being put up.
Scorer, you're going to have a higher.
Yeah, record. There was.
If I was the 9th leading scorer and I was 6-1, I would agree with you. But Ethan, I put up 74 points week 1. Realistically, that is a really low number. Has anybody put up less?
Hold on. Yes, me twice.
All right.
Oh, you suck.
I put up 70 points. You guys want to complain? I put up 70 points twice, and I'm still in top 5.
All right. So here we go. Looking at this right now, I am at the cutoff for the A spot with Ethan. Joni 3-3, so she actually has a half a game lead on us. David, prime time, beast mode, and the top tier seats right here. So interesting. All right, let me stop sharing. All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for a very exciting Commissioner's Corner. I did record this one, and I'll put it up. But I appreciate your time. We're looking forward for next week. May everyone that joined the corner, except for Evan, have a victory. All right, guys. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
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 Not.